Well, hello everybody, and welcome to What's Cooking with Dr. Cook. I am your host, Dr. Allison Koch, the editor of foodguides.com, a place where acid reflux, GERD, IBS, and those following the low FODMAP lifestyle can come to get nutrition information all in one place. And we are joined by our wonderful chef, Lisa Green, for a just fresh spring asparagus salad tonight. So, hello, chef.
Hi, hello. Thank you for having me as
Hello.
always. Super
Oh,
excited
always
about
a
this salad.
pleasure. Yes. Well, everything you make is amazing. So, I'm
Oh,
super
shush.
excited, of course. And it's asparagus season.
Mhm. Well, close for us. Is it for you?
Well, this is the first time that I've like been in the stores and like really noticed that it was everywhere. So it
Okay.
it must be.
Yeah.
It must
We're
be.
we're a little bit out, but not too far. So,
Excellent. Yeah. And I was reading that it grows wild on the interstate.
yes. Yes, it does. All along 94. So, it's like these big bushes with you wouldn't know it was asparagus if you didn't know, I guess. I had no clue until my cousin pointed them out.
Oh my goodness. How
Mhm.
fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and asparagus is so interesting too because I was learning a little bit about it and how it's, it can take like 3 years to mature,
Hmm.
but under the right growing circumstances, it can actually shoot up 10 inches in a day.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not read that. I did not know that. That's incredible. It's a,
yeah.
is it classified as an herb or a vegetable?
Well, it's classified as a vegetable. It's a member of the lily family, so it's
Okay.
in the same group as like onions and leeks.
Okay. I
Yes.
read some things that it alluded to that it might be classified as an herb, so I wasn't super
Interesting.
positive.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, yeah. Some of the things I was learning from your recipe article was the actual name of the essential oil that's in it, the pennyroyal. So that was
yes.
very, very interesting to learn about
Hmm.
because it has been connected to so many different, health benefits throughout history. Um, in fact, like it was a delicacy to, the Romans and the
Oh,
Greeks, and
makes
you
sense.
know, long believed to, help with digestion and
Hmm.
urinary health,
Hmm.
big time.
Yeah.
And I know when we made the farro and asparagus risotto, we talked about, how some people get that, what we call the asparagus pea. Um,
Yeah.
and, just kind of like touching on that, it is kind of interesting that it is a genetic thing, whether or not you smell it. Like everybody has it. Like,
Oh,
so when you actually, break down its asparagusic acid,
okay.
it creates like a sulfur, and that's what people smell. But it's genetic whether or not you actually smell it.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
along the same lines as cilantro? Like sometimes some people think it tastes like soap.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
that's
Just one of
genetic.
those things.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, asparagus, I was blown away by how the nutrition value of asparagus. It was the women's health benefits that they studied in India and just the digestion. And I had no idea that it was I knew it was good for you, but not a super mega vegetable.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Vitamin K, vitamin C, folate. Of course, you've got some fiber in there, and
Yes, it does.
which we do love. So
Yes, we do.
yeah, absolutely. And for this recipe, you did recommend using the green asparagus, but there are so many different types.
Hmm.
There's the purple, there's the white asparagus, of
Hmm.
course, which is interesting because that's grown without sunlight. So that's why it doesn't have the green to
Okay.
it.
That
So,
makes sense. That
yeah.
makes sense. I see a lot of the green asparagus like pickled, or for German cuisines, I believe. It seems to pop out around October, like at Aldi's.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Alex, my husband, actually had pickled green pepper in
Ooh,
in a dish recently, and it was fantastic.
I bet.
So, yeah,
Uh,
so I would be interested in pickling
Yeah,
asparagus,
it is.
definitely.
I like pickled asparagus, especially in a Bloody Mary.
Yes, it's almost that season.
Yes, it is.
Or is there ever not a
Um,
season?
every Sunday? I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Another fun fact about asparagus is it's a natural diuretic.
I
So,
did read that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Lots of fun asparagus knowledge. So,
Yes. And there's a
yeah,
lot
be fun to
more.
work
There's
with
a
it.
ton of
Yes.
articles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
There was
definitely.
there was a lot.
And when Chef's recipe comes out here this month, you'll learn all about it too. So there's a lot of information about asparagus in there. And, of course, tonight we're going to make the delicious recipe. And I
Yes.
have my water boiling because we're going to use a cooking method tonight called blanching.
Yes, yes, we are. And that's pretty much the only thing I have done as well because this salad is super fast. It's quick. It's only, what, six ingredients, seven ingredients. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
making a double batch tonight because I have quite a few people to feed. So,
Easter Sunday.
well, well,
And
if when you meet my husband, you'll be amazed at how much he can eat. So he just can, and I love him for it. It's one of the reasons
yeah,
why I
right?
fell in love with him. Like, yes, you eat.
Let's go eat.
Yes, absolutely. And so this is a basic salad. So you're laying the foundation for something that you can add a protein to as well if
Hmm.
you feel like you want to make it a main dish.
Hmm.
Some of the recommendations that you made were grilled shrimp or
Hmm.
toasted nuts. So
Hmm. Yeah,
both of those sound great.
right.
I know that we have some shrimp around here somewhere, so I think that's
Hmm.
something that we're going to end up doing too.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'm
Mhm.
going to throw on an apron because I know there's some oils here. So,
Nice. What is the apron of the day? Oh, it's the
I'm going to
patchwork.
go with yeah, yeah, we're gonna go with the patchwork.
I
I was
love
feeling
it.
a little bit Eastery, so
Yes.
I know.
Mhm.
Thought about the crawfish, and then like,
Oh, yeah, because it's, yeah. Well, no, that was, anyway.
I know it's about time to break out the blue crabs, though. I'm almost in the
Yeah.
mood. Almost there. So
When do you go to New Orleans?
that's going to be this summer for the running of the bulls.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yay. Well, let's bring everybody around to take a look at the ingredients for tonight. So here we
Love
have
it.
it. Everybody
Your
see
asparagus looks
alrighty?
nice.
Okay. So the main ingredients for the salad part, 1 pound of asparagus, fresh asparagus. And then we also have a half a cup of grape tomatoes, which Chef Lisa made a note that she prefers the multicolored variety. So
Oh, nice. You did find them.
I
I did
did.
not, but I have the sweet grapes.
All right. Yeah, I was super excited because I wasn't sure if I'd find them either, but I was like, oh, I got them. I got them. Yay. And then this is an optional, and I will have them on mine, but will not put them on the spouse's because he cannot tolerate onion. But optional ingredient is a quarter cup of red onion,
Hmm.
and then a quarter cup of feta cheese.
Which is optional as well. I mean,
optional as well. Salt and pepper. And then for the Greek inspired dressing, we will be using olive oil, red wine vinegar, oregano, and salt and pepper.
Mhm.
Which I just looked and I got to make sure that my oregano is open. Let's stab that real quick. Aha, there we go. So for the first part of this, what you'll want to do is bring your saucepan with enough water to boil the asparagus.
Mhm.
I had to find a giant stock pot, which is
Yeah,
all
I was
I'll
just looking
be
at the
doing
little
too.
one I decided to use. I'm gonna have to cut my ends off early. And then
Okay, yeah, that was actually one of my questions because I noticed that in the actual recipe, um, you you blanch your asparagus and then you snap the ends off. So why not snap the ends off before?
well, what I was thinking when I wrote it is that once it's blanched, you're gonna want to cut them. But no, you probably want to do the snap of this first, so you get a idea of where you're gonna want to cut all the asparagus. So, and I actually meant to go, oh, see that just snap like that. So virtually, or basically, all the asparagus is going to be cut at that point. So, and my asparagus is not as it's not as ideal as I like, but in 2 weeks it will be. But it will still be good. So
Okay.
basically, snap one. So, and this actually took off quite a bit because that's the fibrous part. That's the part that you can't chew it, don't digest it as well, and
Right.
so and then usually the ones that are all together, they snap off at around the same spot. So I'm just gonna go ahead
Gotcha.
and then and then I'm gonna place them in the boiling water whenever you are ready because I'm gonna wait.
All
And
right.
these asparagus tips actually you can put in a vegetable stock if
Okay.
you were making your own vegetable stock for anything. So
So
other
go
than
ahead and
that,
snap
compost
them off.
pile. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You're
See.
snapping off the ends.
When I was a child, I did not like asparagus. I do not know why. Now I eat it as much as I can, actually.
Oh yeah. I love to grill it.
Yes.
I actually saw this Instagram video because I just it's probably a TikTok, to be honest,
Yeah.
of this baby who was laughing hysterically at their dad snapping off the ends of asparagus today.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah,
I bet it
and it was the
did bring a
funniest thing.
smile.
Yeah, I was like, what?
But it was worth it.
Yeah.
So you don't have to snap them all. You can actually take the first one that you snapped and line it up with all the other ones, and then just cut it at that point. If they're because they should all, yeah.
Oh,
So a little shortcut.
gotcha.
I think I might have to add more water.
Grab my big knife, my big green knife.
Yeah. I, I brought out I brought out my Wushta. That's probably my favorite.
Fancy knife.
Yeah, German steel. That's what I started culinary school with, and not this particular knife, but I like the weight. I like the feel.
That's still on my to-do list. get the fancy knife. Yeah, the cutting is way easier.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I have to wait until I bring my water back up to a boil because, well, it evaporated.
Oh, wow.
Uh, I haven't turned it down and off, but obviously it. Hmm. I'm so excited for the salad.
Oh, definitely. The weather has me like just ready for these types of dishes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I was starting to think about next month.
Ooh.
So, any suggestions, anything that you want to try, or any vegetable? Or so I was thinking the salmon power salad that I made a
Ooh.
couple years ago. I'll send you the ingredients later on, but and then I don't know about the second one yet. Nice.
These are wonderful. Let's see what
Yes.
else is going to be in season next month. Like what's coming
What's
out?
asparagus, strawberries? What? Yeah. What about for you? What starts popping?
Definitely strawberries,
Zucchini?
that's for sure.
Is zucchini, or is that not until like June?
Oof. I'll have to check the seasonal
Uh,
guide. I feel like we just have everything all the time, but that's
uh,
spoiled.
yes, because I figure we're probably about a month, maybe 2 to 4 weeks behind you, depending on
Right.
weather. So, because if we would have had a warm, very warm March, I would have Michigan grown asparagus right now. But since it's
Okay.
been so floppy, snow and then 80 and then snow, but that's all right. I'm patient. All right. Are you ready?
I am. Are you ready?
Okay. I am ready.
All right, I'm going to take you over to my boiling water.
All right.
All right, so these go in for 3 to 5 minutes.
Yep. And just check them because asparagus can cook awfully fast. Like my asparagus compared to yours is a lot thinner, a lot. The tips aren't as thick. It's not going to take a lot of time. And we don't want
Okay.
mushy asparagus for this salad.
Right.
And that is actually the reason for the ice bath. So it stops the cooking.
Yes, yes. So thank you for bringing that up. So we are boiling this for 3 to 5 minutes, and then over to the side, we have an ice bath prepared, and that is 75% ice and 25% water. And the point of that is to shock it.
Because everything carries over cooking. And especially something like this that's so fragile, basically. It'll be done, and then 1 minute it'll be overcooked. So, and then mushy asparagus in a salad, might as well just make a soup.
Right, right. Yeah, I love blanching.
Mm-hmm.
Blanching any vegetables because it really does help retain the
It does.
color, helps to
Yes.
enhance texture, and it
Yes.
also does a really good job of retaining nutrients because it's
That
really kind of like reducing the time that, you know, vegetables are, exposed to heat. Optimally, like the less amount of water that you can use for the boiling, the better, because that's that's going to help even more so with the retention of nutrients. But
makes
it's kind of
sense.
hard with the length of the asparagus in this situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it will see mine, and the water will start to turn green, and mine is done. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. Like I said, it's um,
a little thinner.
that's good. And it's going to be, I would say, a little bit more than al dente. So it's
Okay.
just slightly softened. Unless you want it cooked a little bit more, you know. So I am. So I'm just gonna, pair of tongs and grab them and stop. And this is when the vibrant color is just going to. And this is something that you can do. You can do this ahead of time. You know, it'll last a couple days in the refrigerator. And it's a nice snack too. You can have some blanched asparagus, just grab one, and that's actually what I like to do.
Perfect. All right, my ice bath is over yonder, so I'm going to bring you guys back here for a second while I take this out.
For being not the greatest looking asparagus, it sure is tasty.
Ah, asparagus is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Into the ice bath it goes.
And I wouldn't leave it in the ice bath for longer. Like you said, you know, the less water, the nutrients would start to leak out, right? If you left it in here too long.
I don't know if it applies to the cold water like
It's
that.
cold. Okay.
Because it's, shocking it with the ice water.
True. I honestly don't know.
I think that's with the denaturing of it all with the hot water.
There we go. That's right. It's been a long time since college.
It has been. I know. There goes my
And if you don't use those terms every day, they just.
Yes, yeah. That's what I was talking to the interns about. I'm like, today, don't ask me to explain the Krebs cycle to you in totality. It's like I can give you some basics.
There you go. Oh.
All right.
So good.
All right. So how long in the ice bath?
Just until it's cold. Until it's cold all the way through.
Okay.
So I just kind of
it gets
spun
cold
it around
really fast. All right.
Mm-hmm. So, and then I took them out and I'm getting them all facing the same way, and I'll show you cutting on the bias. That's how I like to do it, and the bias cut is actually one of the hardest. It took me a while to get the angle right on the knife. It's kind of awkward.
All right.
I thought it was.
Let me get a bowl out for my asparagus. There we go. Come and grab these. I have so many.
Oh, I like that beautiful wooden bowl.
Thank you. Use it for special occasions like today. Oh, I'm excited for this.
Mm-hmm. I've already been munching on the asparagus, so.
Yeah, I tasted it to make sure it was al dente.
There we go. Well, you know, working in a kitchen for years, and that's pretty much how you eat sometimes. You just kind of nibble. And serving, you know, sometimes in the restaurant business, you don't sit down to have a meal. You just kind of you nibble. So
Definitely. Well, plus you have to try things to make sure they're good.
exactly. Um,
All right. So first order of business is to line some up, right? All right. Well, they're not all the
so
perfect size, but
it looks so good.
yeah, beautiful color here.
Mhm. So in one of my classes I
Okay.
had to take, we dipped things like this in gelatin. It was called aspicking, and it's an old form of food art that I do you remember seeing pictures from um, like the 15th, 16th, 17th centuries of just these ginormous platters of food that just looked fake because it was all shiny with little just crudités and vegetables. Do you
Oh,
ever
yeah.
remember? Yeah. So this is what that reminds me of, actually, dipping it in gelatin to get
Yes.
that shine and put it on a plate for display. I
It's
think it's a.
gorgeous.
I don't think many people do that anymore. I think it's probably a lost.
See how pretty?
Oh my gosh, yes, and yeah, the tips are very filled in. That is my asparagus.
Ooh,
So it is
pretty.
tasty though. It's very tasty.
Oh, yeah. All right, now show me your cutting method.
All right, so the bias, which is on an angle, and you want to take the knife and just you want to cut it everything on an angle. You want to get a long angle cut with it. See, it's been a while since I've done this cut, so I might even. But again, it's not necessary. Kind of looks like penne pasta.
Okay.
So, and you can get it longer or what, but it was basically just for presentation um, of the salad. So, I mean, honestly, you can cut it however you would like.
All right. Are you doing one at a time?
I'm doing probably two if I'm doing the bias.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you kind of want to get your knife fairly flat. I don't know if you can see that. And then just on the angle and then go like that. So, ooh, that's a better one. Oh, so.
All righty.
Another cut that we had to do was we had to tornade potatoes. Did you have to do that in your skills class?
if we did, I do not recall.
I you probably would remember this one, which is basically taking a potato. Tornade means to turn, and a paring knife, and pretty much making it into a football shape in the least amount of strokes. I can't remember exactly how many sides you needed, but it had to be like fluid, very precise um,
Wow.
cuts. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they do that stuff anymore at the school I went to because it taught, I mean, patience but it's really not practical in today's restaurant industry. You know, people you don't have 10 cooks tornading potatoes for dinner service, But
Gotcha.
it did teach you nice skills and patience, and it's a history of the art. So I was very nervous about the tornading of potatoes in my classes.
So how many strokes did it take?
Oh man! So there's all these different types of tornadoes. So I don't remember which ones I had to do. I think one class we had to do probably three different of them, and then another class maybe one, the basic one. Um, but I don't recall. And then tornading mushrooms is very fun. It makes the mushroom, you take off the skin, and it makes it look like the um, Middle Eastern, like the caps to the buildings, the swirly, and
Oh,
that's what it kind of makes it look like. And Chef Angus, he actually said that they would do that and they'd make mushroom ketchup out of it
how
in
interesting.
Scotland. Yeah, very interesting. I can't remember exactly why I think it might have had to do something with, I don't remember. So, but it was, it was fun. But mushroom ketchup is interesting, to say the
Hmm.
least.
What do you flavor it with?
I don't remember salt and pepper, and I don't recall. I don't recall at
Huh.
all, but I do recall that ketchup. There's many different flavors of ketchup. It's not just tomato. I do recall that line, but
Wow. That actually sounds pretty fun.
hmm that was it was a great class. That was the second. It was first year lab cooking lunch. Oh, oh.
One of my favorite Instagram accounts ever is called Harley's Food Art.
Okay.
And because there's a gentleman who is just unreal, the stuff that he creates with food.
Okay.
It's neat. Like he'll do like characters and um, like celebrities, all with food. I mean, it's just
That
he'll
that's
do
cool.
art pieces, um, and he'll describe like what he uses, and it's just unreal. And lately, he's been showing videos of him like actually creating them. So
Okay.
yeah, so you get to see him build the plates.
How
It's
fun.
just
It's such
yeah,
a skill to turn food into that sort of art. It really is just beautiful, and I applaud anybody that has the patience to do that because it does take a lot of patience. I would. Food is funny.
yeah.
We're doing this cooking show together. It likes to do its own thing sometimes.
It always turns out great though.
This is
See,
such a
I'm
fun
so
cut.
confident in this. I'm like going with 4 right now.
Oh, there you look at you.
Yeah.
And it just gives us a little bit more depth and height, a little bit more shape, as opposed to just the. Oh,
Yum.
this is yeah. Mhm. I was excited for this recipe because we got to do the whole thing live. We didn't have to do really any back behind the
Oh,
scenes.
yeah. That's so true. Like having a couple breads prepped already.
Yes. Oh, and my day was so busy I didn't have a chance to, but yeah. But now I am kind of disappointed about the tiramisu. I think maybe I'm gonna figure out somehow, some way we can do it. I mean, obviously we'd have to have some steps done, but it's just such a fun dessert. And it's really not that difficult because it does seem a little overwhelming when you look at it, but it's really not. It's just these steps that have to sit overnight. Um,
Gotcha.
that's what makes it so long. And some of the steps, yeah, you can put it into one day. But what I've learned with making tiramisu is that you really want to let it take the time. You'll you won't regret it. So,
Mm.
because that
Yeah,
Greek
so
yogurt, as opposed to, sorry.
oh no, I was just gonna let everybody know that Chef Lisa has a strawberry lime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Strawberry lime tiramisu
Mm-hmm.
recipe coming up, and we were going to make it in a couple weeks, but it's a 3-day prep. So we're going to do a angel food cake with a berry compote instead in 2 weeks, and um, so that's what she's talking about right now, because it's typically traditional tiramisus are made with kind of like some triggers.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the coffee, you've got the um,
Chocolate.
chocolate, and so this particular one is a little more friendly, and
Mm-hmm.
we're excited about it. But we're going to try to figure out a way to kind of bring that into
A two-part series. I don't know.
a 2-part series.
Yeah, because I took out the mascarpone cheese and I put the Greek yogurt in, and I just can't stop thinking about it. The
Oh,
tanginess and the contrast and just how it all. I really, really liked it. I want to try using the Greek yogurt in a traditional tiramisu
oh, yum.
to see how
Yeah,
that
I would
would.
love to see how that comes out.
Yeah, onions. I love onions. I love the smell of them.
I love them too. They sit well with me.
Same, same, same. And one thing when I wear contacts is that it blocks the odor,
The, the
the
cries in your eye.
astringent. Yes, and I just realized it's not blocking them right now. Plus, most of the onions are probably from they are from last year, so they've been sitting in storage, and the longer they sit, the more of that enzyme, or I'm not sure if it's, the more of that builds up. So,
Something in my gut is saying that particular substance that causes the crying is called Allison with a C, but I could be
I
wrong.
bet you're
I
right.
do think that's what it is, but might have to fact check on that. But I just have a gut feeling that that's correct.
Whew, I have to move the onions. Oh my.
I'm gonna have to find my tablespoon here for our Greek dressing too.
Yes, I got the bowl
Oh, there we
already.
go.
And if you want to add more herbs to this dressing, go ahead. Or if you just want to
Well,
use oil and vinegar.
honestly, so my question was, how much oregano do you typically put in yours?
Um, I don't know, enough. Probably a tablespoon.
A tablespoon? Okay.
Yeah, and this is just a drizzle over the salad as well, so you're not going to drench it.
Okay. So we'll actually make this dressing. So it's well, I'm doubling it mine, but for a single serving, it's 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm going to go ahead and do my 6. Mm, 4. Okay. Then 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's 4. Two, 3, and 4. All right. And half a teaspoon of oregano. That would be 2. Take this guy out. Ooh, that ice bath is cold. All right. All right. 1 and 2. All right, and then salt and pepper. So that is what a grind, you think?
I did.
Just like a single grind, a couple grinds.
Whatever you'd like. Now, feta cheese is on the saltier side, so that's always something to consider, but you can always add more salt.
That is true. All right, so let's leave a little whiskey in there until it gets poured on. But there's the dressing.
Beautiful.
Smells Greek inspired.
I smell onion.
Yeah, I'm gonna put mine on separate, but do you just go ahead and throw your tomatoes in and your feta
Yep.
in, and all right.
So what I did is I put it on a plate, bowl,
Oh,
however you want to. But
okay, so you're mixing this like one at a time.
yes, I'm
Okay.
building it like asparagus, and then the onion, tomato, and then the cheese, and then I'm going to drizzle it with the dressing.
Aha. Okay. I shall do the same. Get my asparagus. Mm-mm-mm. So we have the asparagus and then the onion and tomato. Since this is for me, I'm using my hands. It's okay.
It is okay. Yes, it is.
And some tomatoes. I'll use
So I don't know how it is in North Carolina, but tomatoes in the winter in Michigan are usually not the greatest, especially like the big slicing tomatoes. But on the other hand, the grape tomatoes or the cherry tomatoes, they seem to they're pretty good. So it'll
good point. Like we always have pretty consistent cherry tomatoes down here as well. Slicing tomatoes were a little rough this winter.
were they? Yeah, they're always rough up here. I typically do not eat those tomatoes in the winter. So
cheese. Whisking the dressing. Good. I know.
Oh gosh. Now I'm gonna have that song in my head.
Ooh, that did whisk real nice. I know.
It was something that we used to listen to. Oh, I was showing friends of mine the picture of what was the German exchange student's name?
Christian Stegman.
Yes, of him and I in front of the Rambler, the 1968 AMC Rambler.
Good times.
Good times. All right.
Oh,
What?
you look so good. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Oh, salt and pepper, or taste it and then decide?
Hey man, it's your
Yes.
salad.
All right. Shall we?
Yes.
Presentation time.
Ooh, look at those. So
Ooh.
pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm psyched about this. So
I am too.
I'm gonna
I'm
bring
gonna
it
get one of
over.
everything in a bite, an onion, asparagus, tomato, and feta.
Yay. And very excited about putting shrimp on this too.
Yes.
Although,
I'm actually
as a side, it just probably perfect right now.
mhm.
All
All
right.
right. This is taking a lot of willpower right now, Allie.
I'm hungry. All right, ready?
All right, yes.
Mm.
Oh, it's so fresh.
Mm-mm. Mm. The asparagus is cooked perfectly.
Good
The
job.
dressing is 100%. And yeah, oh, I cannot wait to devour this. Ah,
Oh,
well
it's
done,
so good.
chef. Uh-huh.
Thank you. Well, you as well. I mean,
Mm.
I only gave the instructions. You made it.
I love this
No Alex
dressing
tonight?
too because it's perfect. He's at Dungeons and Dragons, so
Gotcha. Yeah.
I
Sometimes we
know.
but oh well. He'll have so when he gets home.
Yeah, that's why I had to make the extra. This is so good. Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Well, another winner. I, I always love like the post show when I'm like just sitting there like finishing the delicious dishes, like, oh my gosh, it's just so good,
Excuse me.
amazing,
Well, thank you.
always wonderful. And just adding to the ever growing collection of just deliciousness. So
Well, thank you
yeah.
very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is for everybody who has joined us and for everybody who is watching this in the future. This is going to be on foodguides.com here in, well, here in April. Um, so yeah, it's
Yeah, it is April.
yeah, in April. So keep a lookout. And, for all of Chef Lisa's delicious recipes, please head over to foodguides.com. If you're in here right now, you can click on the fortune cookie to head directly to the site and click on contributors and Lisa's profile and look at all the wonderful recipes that she already has on the site. Everything that we have made, I will just give the testimonial. They're all amazing.
Oh,
I highly
thank you.
recommend every single one of them. There's not
Mm-hmm.
one that we have made that I haven't just been over the moon about. So, yes,
Appreciate
I know you are
it. All right.
extremely gifted in your craft. So, it's always a pleasure having you.
It's always a pleasure being here.
Food is love, and you
Mm-hmm.
definitely share your love.
The love. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Well, it looks like we might be ending early, huh?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. Well, thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to finish this.
I know. All right. I will see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, thank you all for joining us and have a great rest of your week. and see you soon.
Bye. Thank you.